In our top focus this morning, MK Stalin has been officially elevated to the post of DMK president. At the General Council meeting of the party, the General Secretary is unanimously announced Stalin as president and Durai Murugan as treasurer of the party. DMK cadres erupted with joy as Stalin's elevation was announced. The chosen political heir of his father Karunanidhi, Stalin has been managing the party for more than a year now as working president. Stalin is likely to visit Anna and Karunanidhi Memorial today. Not just this, a resolution condoling demise of DMK chief Karunanidhi and demanding a Bharat Ratna for him is also likely to be passed at the meeting. Let's get a word from our correspondent Lokpriya, who's with us live from outside the DMK headquarters. Lokpriya, take us to the mood on the ground. We're being told that celebrations are on at the DMK headquarters after Stalin's official elevation.
Well, that's correct, Simi. The formal announcement has been made and Stalin is now the president of the DMK, and the crowd erupted in joy as soon as distributed sweets and firecrackers were set off here at the party headquarters. For them, this is a new chapter in the DMK as MK Stalin, after 5 long decades of public life, takes over as the party chief. Remember, Stalin is someone who has risen from the ranks of DMK. He began his career as a student leader, or rather a student campaigner of the DMK in the year 1967. And from then on, Stalin has steadily risen in the ranks of DMK. He has been in charge of the youth wing of DMK. Though he was Karunanidhi's son, Karunanidhi never ensured that he had accessibility in that sense. Stalin always risen from the party ranks, and he did achieve a lot in his time as a mayor of Chennai, and his administration skills were effective when he also assumed the office of rural administration in Karunanidhi's cabinet. And now Stalin time has come to lead the party in the time of a very difficult political scenario in Tamil Nadu. How well he can manage that and win elections will be very crucial, because remember, DMK has been out of power for almost 10 years, and it is very important for Stalin to win elections. Only then his critiques will be silenced from both within and outside the party. For now, the immediate challenge will be how Stalin is going to take the threat from Alagiri on the big September 5th rally in Chennai.
Right, and any official response from the DMK about that threat that Alagiri issued yesterday? Lokpriya, he said that if he is not inducted into the party, there will be serious consequences.
Well, Simi, interestingly, the DMK has issued a gag order on its spokespersons on not to speak anything about the party till about August 30th. They are in their official mourning period. But sources in the DMK say they are not perturbed by Alagiri's rally, because they feel that crowds can be easily mustered. But what matters is the road ahead after that, because Alagiri, they feel, is a leader who is inconsistent and someone who will not pose a big threat to the DMK. But political observers say that Alagiri has the capability of sabotaging the DMK's chances in at least about 5 to 10 constituencies where the winning margins are very narrow, where the winning margins are slender, especially in the southern constituencies. To that effect, Alagiri will dent the image of the DMK. And what is important to note here is that, Simi, just like how after Jayalalitha passed away, there was a factional war in AIADMK and the opposition benefited out of the factional war, it will be no different for the DMK as well. There is always the fear that the opposition will benefit from the fissures within the first family of DMK. To that extent, Alagiri will definitely dent the image of the DMK, and the new president will have to tread the path very carefully.
Absolutely. Lokpriya, stay on with us. With Stalin being elevated to the post of party president, what lies ahead for miffed brother Alagiri? We spoke to his son Dayanidhi Alagiri a short while back. Here's what he said.
Stalin now has been firmly put in control of the party, announced as the president. where does it leave you and your father?
No, I don't want to make any comments on what's been happening today. Like we've already said, September 5th, after the rally, my dad will take a decision on where we stand.
Would you be congratulating your uncle today?
Yeah, maybe. It would be better if my dad would congratulate him rather than me doing it.
Okay, and so now seeing the kind of scenes that we are seeing, in fact, outside the DMK headquarters with the party cadres celebrating, does that make the task of your father more difficult? And is there now pressure on you to put up a big show of strength on 5th?
No, the General Council meeting, it all happens like it's been decided already. There is nothing, we didn't expect anything different that would happen today. So there is no disappointment from our side.
Is there
expected and it's just done.
Is there still a chance that there can be some sort of mending of these differences between your father and the new president of the DMK? Would you expect, as you said, that you would want your father to be reinducted in the party? Signs so far are that the new leadership possibly is not very keen.
Yeah, like my dad's been telling the media for the past 1 week that he wants to be inducted back into the party, but there has been no signs of such from the other side.
As of now, because your father made that comment and he said that the true supporters of Kalana are with him, but the fact remains that the entire top leadership of the party right now is present where MK Stalin is. The district presidents, 65 of them have supported MK Stalin. Where does that leave your father's support? Who is supporting your father?
Yeah, the top leadership doesn't make the whole party. The cadres are the one who made the party. So, like again my dad said, the true cadres of the true followers, the true supporters, the real supporters, if I can quote, who want the welfare of the party are behind my dad. So it's just not about the people who are in the party top posts. Maybe if they could open their mouths frequently and tell what's wrong, what's not, what's right and what's not right, there wouldn't have been problems like this in the party, and DMK wouldn't have faced so many losses in the past few years.
Dayanidhi, what would be the bargain that you and your father would be looking at if there is some sort of a proposal to induct you back? What is it that you are expecting? What post and what is it that you would be bringing on board when you go back to the party?
No, my dad never wanted any post even when Kalanga was alive. So we have not been asking for any party post in the party. We were just asking us to bring us back into the party and make the party a bit more stronger, because like you, the media people would already know, there is a big gap between the cadre and the leadership. That I think that can be filled with inducting my dad back into the party.
Dayanidhi, a lot of people are also saying that possibly it is his bid to get you and the future and his, his children into the politics, give them some sort of a prominence in politics of Tamil Nadu. Do you see that?
No, I don't see that. Those are speculations that have been circulating in the media. Nothing of that sort is true.
Are you yourself interested in politics? Would you be taking an active role in politics within the DMK or outside?
No, I don't think so. I don't want to right now.
Okay, and you've yesterday your father also almost threatened that there will be consequences if he's not inducted back. What consequences are we talking about?
The same consequences what DMK has been facing after 2014.
So do you believe that your father has the capability, if he's not inducted back into, in fact, DMK, that you can in fact deal a decisive blow on the chances of the DMK? You will have the support of the voters that, and you'll be able to fragment the DMK voters?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, my dad can make an impact on the minds of the voters.
And where would this support come from? Because the fact remains that even when your father was in the party, he was seen as somebody who has a very limited appeal in the southern part more than anything else.
Okay, then after the September 5th, you will know from where the support is coming from.
Let me, before I let you go, is there, how are the relations personally? Because people know that both the brothers don't even talk to each other. In that scenario, he's now more powerful within the family, he's more powerful within the party. Don't you feel that your father and you have been isolated as far as the DMK family goes?
Yeah, my dad has been isolated. That is the truth.
Okay, I just want to ask you this last question before I let you go. When you see what is happening today, and MK Stalin has been made now the president of the party, what according to you are his biggest challenges going forward?
I don't know what kind of challenges he's facing. He has a lot of challenges, that is my guess. And one of the main threats should be not having my dad into the party, according to me. I don't see any other threats from my side.
Very quickly, what would you say to the people, those who are saying that your father is playing into the hands of the enemy to weaken the party?
Who is the enemy here?
Sorry?
Who is the enemy here?
They are, critics are asking on is Alagiri working to weaken the party by opposing MK Stalin?
No, if Mr. Alagiri is wanting to weaken the party, he would have gone away saying, I don't want to come into the party, don't induct me into the party, something like that. Our only question is, why are you not inducting us into the party? Induct us into the party and make the party strong in the south.
But the answer to that question would be that Kalainar himself, threw your father out of the party. Why should Stalin reverse that decision?
No, if you already have the answer, you shouldn't be asking me the question.
Sir, I'm only trying to put forward what is being played out there in Tamil Nadu. I just wanted to understand your point of view on that. My granddad would have wanted to have my dad back in the party, but there were several strong forces which didn't want my dad back into the party.
All right, let's get a word from our team of senior journalists who are with us live, our guests this morning. We have T.S. Sudhir, who's with us live via Skype. We have S. Srinivas, senior journalist, who's with us live in our studios. We also have Narayan Lakshman, associate editor, The Hindu, who's with us live this morning. If I could come to you first, Sudhir, we're seeing celebrations erupt at the DMK headquarters. This is really the beginning of a challenge for MK Stalin. He has very, very large shoes to fill.
Well, yes, of course, there will be the big challenge of whether he is able to make the transition from a Karunanidhi-led DMK. Remember, Karunanidhi led the DMK as the president for 49 years. And now he has to make a shift to a Stalin-led DMK, and whether he's able to reconcile the generation next of the DMK with the old guard of the DMK. So those are some of the challenges. But of course, he's also taking over as the president of the DMK at a very critical juncture, because the Lok Sabha elections are less than a year away. We do not know how long this particular government may last, whether there will be some kind of turbulence, especially after the Madras High Court delivers its verdict on the disqualification of the 18 MLAs. So given that kind of a scenario, Stalin will have the electoral test coming up pretty soon. And given the fact that he has not done too well in both 2014 and 2016, something which Dayanidhi Alagiri was referring to in his interview to Ankit, Stalin's task will be cut out. He needs to perform in the elections, and only then he'll be able to consolidate himself as the new leader of the DMK.
Absolutely. So please stay on with us. Let's also get a word from S. Srinivasan, who's with us in our studios. S. Srinivasan, I want to understand, why is it that Alagiri wants to come back to the party? What does he think he'll be able to achieve with Stalin as president?
Absolutely, that's a good question. Now, what it basically shows is the Dravidian movement, which started with such a great promise, is now in a way deteriorated into a family politics. That's one aspect of it. But still the core remains. It's not as if DMK is completely finished. So what this actually conflict between the brothers shows at one level is also the fallout of a family politics. Now, what is that Alagiri is demanding? Alagiri's point is that, like RK Nagar, where the DMK was not even able to get its deposit back, So what he's saying is he doesn't have the winnability with him, which I possibly has. No, what is that Alagiri has to show? He has one infamous rather than famous, the Tirumangalam formula, which he perhaps in a by-election applied and won the seat for the party. Now, is it what he is trying to say? So basically, the debate, which now it seems to be going in a way that there is a sibling rivalry between the two. But what is that Alagiri is going to provide? But look at the other way. Karunanidhi, when he was alive, he seemed to have in a way decided what should be the course of succession within the family, and he seems to have anointed, Stalin. And today it has been a formal, installation of. That's what you're seeing. It's an installation function of that. What you're seeing. So at this level, I don't see any serious threat from Alagiri as of now. But then it is also important for Stalin to show that he can win, and that's what he has to show in the next days to come. So basically the difference is not over any great ideological divide or any difference of opinion between the two. It's basically over who gets the power.
It's about getting a piece of the pie.
Yes.
Rather. Let's also get a word from Narayan Lakshman, Associate Editor, The Hindu, who's with us live. Narayan Lakshman, we spoke to Alagiri's son, Dayanidhi Alagiri, a short while back, and he seemed to suggest that there's a gap between party cadres and the leadership, which he thinks can be filled if Alagiri is re-inducted into the party. Do you think that there's a gap between Stalin? Do you actually see him as somebody who has a strong connect with party cadres?
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite possible that Alagiri is right about that, because as we know, the last time that we had any sort of election here was 2016. And yes, the DMK managed to garner 89 seats. But since then, you've seen earthquake events affect the politics of the state, which is the demise of J. Jayalalitha and then the passing of M. Karunanidhi. Now, in the interim, in the power vacuum that came up while after their passing, you have seen a collapse of governance in many, many regards. Yes, in certain basic functions, the government is carrying on, but the AIADMK has collapsed into factionalism and bitter disputes. TTV Dinakaran is a threat factor there. And similarly, in the DMK, to a lesser extent, you have a threat factor from Alagiri that we've been discussing on the show. And you could say that he doesn't have any formal support from the MLAs of the DMK party, but at the same time, it is a challenge for Stalin to actually deliver victories in election. Let's not forget that ever since the AIADMK came into being and MGR won in 1977, the DMK has only enjoyed 2 full terms in power, 1996 and 2006. And if you discount the 1989 victory, which was a short-lived one in government. So really, the DMK has a lot to lose in the sense of it has to pull itself together. It has to start talking about concrete policy issues and the matter of good governance. It has to appeal to the youth voter, which Stalin has been trying to do. But it has to do all that in the very short time between now and early 2019, when the next Lok Sabha election comes around. And will Stalin be able to display the kind of creative genius that his father did in terms of building alliances? Will he and say the Congress party manage to deliver the sufficient number of the 39 seats in the Lok Sabha? We don't know. That is still a very big question mark. And in that regard, Stalin remains an untested quantity. He failed in the 2014 and 2016 elections, but he has to do something dramatically different to deliver a different outcome in 2019.
Absolutely. S. Srinivasan, I'd like to bring you into this discussion at this point. What about that mega rally that Alagiri is organizing in Chennai? It's interesting because he's considered to be a Madurai strongman. He's holding that rally in Chennai. Do you actually see a lot of ground support for him in the city? Well,
it has to be seen how the rally goes. But clearly, obviously he's doing it in Chennai because it's a stronghold of Stalin, and even he has his own constituency support with everything there. And whereas he's seen, Alagiri is seen more as a person from south of Tamil Nadu. So obviously he's trying to show that. Who would help Alagiri right now, because the cadres are not with him right now. All the organized cadre of DMK are with Stalin, and all the 65 district secretaries, they all actually were nominated today for the election. In the election process, they participated. So where is he going to mobilize these supporters? Obviously,
Right.
there will be a lot of disgruntled people within the party and outside who would also like to see DMK fail the way AIADMK has.
Alagiri is hoping to tap into that sort of
Yes,
sentiment.
obviously, discontentment
Absolutely.
within the party, outside, all that. Whether
Right.
he is able to mobilize all of them, how he does it, these are yet to be seen.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Srinivasan, T.S. Sudhir and Narayan Lakshman for joining us this morning for this interesting discussion.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.